The Committee on Environment, Land, Agriculture, and Procurement Reform calls this public hearing back to order. It is 2 p.m. on Friday, July 13, 2018. I should go ahead and make an announcement that we were supposed to have another public hearing at 4 p.m. to discuss a couple of other bills, 283 and 284. But that public hearing will be canceled due to the calling of session at 4 p.m. today. The purpose of this public hearing is to receive testimony on Bill number 297-34, introduced by myself. It's an act to authorize the sale of a 316 plus or minus square meter portion of the Old Dela Corte street in Old Agana, contiguous to lot 1058 new, lot 10602 new, lot 1041-1 new, and lot 1047 new in the Municipality of Hagatna. We will also be receiving testimony on Bill number 298-34, also introduced by myself. It's an act to authorize the sale of Lot 31, Block 2, Tract 240 in the Municipality of Dededo, consisting of 274 plus or minus square meters, which is an abandoned, undeveloped easement. And finally, we'll be receiving testimony on Bill number 299-34, COR, also introduced by myself, an act to authorize I Magaʹlåhen Guåhan to exchange 223 square meters of Chamorro Land Trust, lot 243-REM, Municipality of Santa Rita, for the same area in private lot 214-3, Municipality of Santa Rita, to correct mutual encroachments and to provide easement access to Chamorro Land Trust property and for Chamorro Land Trust lessees. Notice of this afternoon's public hearing was provided to senators, stakeholders, and the local media, as well as published in the Guam Daily Post on July 6, 2018, meeting the 5-day notice requirement, and July 11, 2018, meeting the 48-hour notice requirement. Thus, the requirements of the open government law were met. The committee will continue to receive written testimony until 4 p.m. on Wednesday, July 18, 2018. Please address testimony to Senator Thomas C. Ada, Chairperson, Committee on Environment, Land, Agriculture, and Procurement Reform, and can be dropped to the mailboxes here at the legislature or email to office@senatorada.org. So we'll begin with receiving testimony on the first bill, Bill 297-34. Signing up to provide testimony is Mr. Old Agana, representing EC Development. So Mr. Agana, please. So let's go ahead and put up on the screen the property that we're dealing. It's up here, Art behind me. So the area indicated by the circle, by the red box there is the Old Dela Corte street, or at least a portion of it. And that's the area that we are talking about authorizing for the government to sell. So, Mr. Agana, if you will, go ahead and provide your testimony.
Good afternoon, Senator Ada. Thank you for having this bill heard. Several months ago, I came and saw your office with Joe, and we came up and asked if this portion of land can be provided by the government to be sold to the properties contiguous to this property that is up, that we're asking to buy. I'm here to testify or to testify for Jay Lather, who's off island at the moment. So he was the one who has been spearheading this request from the government. And he can't make it today. So I'm just going to read the letter that he wrote for testimony. Dear Senator Ada, it is my pleasure to submit testimony in support of the subject bill, Bill 297-34. EC Development Group, LLC, is the owner of lots 1047-U, 1041-1U, and 1060-2-U, three of the adjacent lots which are primarily affected by this proposed transaction. Lot 1047-U would consolidate the portion of Old Dela Corte Street with the subject of this bill. Additionally, we have previously submitted the properly executed consent from the owners of the adjacent lot 1058-U. As you know, these lots are burdened by the realignment of Route 1, which created access issues for many of the Old Agana fractional and substandard lots. In 1982, the 16th Guam legislature passed legislation which became Public Law 16-2. This law directed the governor to sell portions of the Old Dela Corte Street to Richard Moylan. This sale was consummated and Old Dela Corte was irreversibly cut with no further public use. Today, we seek legislative approval to consummate the same type of sale for a similar portion of Old Dela Corte Street, directly contiguous with portions purchased by Mr. Moylan in 1982. The access only serves property owned by EC Development Group and its beneficial owners and has no valid purpose for public use. As was done in 1982, we have completed the required appraisal reports and obtained consent from the adjacent property owners. If approved, this legislation will resolve an existing access issue and support the overall redevelopment and enhancement of the Agana area. Thank you very much for introducing this important bill, and we are in full support of this bill. Sincerely, Jay Lather.
Thank you very much. We also have received a testimony from the Department of Land Management. They are in support of the bill, but have asked that the additional language be placed into the bill to require consolidation survey map be prepared and approved no later than 90 days from the purchase of the remnant road. And that there not being any conflicts of ownership and zoning, the Department of Land Management has no objections to Bill number 297-34. So with that, we'll consider, I don't have any questions. I don't have any questions on particular bill, so with that, we'll consider Bill 297-34 COR as having been duly heard. Thank you very much. Okay. The next bill is Bill 298-34 COR. It's an act to authorize the sale of Lot 31, Block 2, Tract 240, Municipality of Dededo, consisting of 274 plus or minus square meters, which is an abandoned, undeveloped easement. Providing testimony is Mr. Kiko Crisostomo. Mr. Crisostomo, if you go ahead and step forward. Before we proceed, we'll go ahead and put up the aerial graph that shows the area we are talking about. So we are talking about an area that is an easement that's located to the west of the Dededo Fire Station, as indicated by that green color, the area that's colored in with the yellow color. And so that's the area that is the subject of the bill. So with that, Mr. Crisostomo, go ahead and please present your testimony.
Thank you, Senator. On behalf of Mr. and Mrs. O, we just would like to thank you for helping us put together this bill. The lot in question is currently serving no purpose at the moment, and it's undeveloped. And we had recently consolidated all the lots that are surrounding this particular lot. And we're trying to develop a commercial center to assist the community with needs that we may be able to provide with future tenants. We're hoping to bring in a bank and post office and whatnot, with the hopes of being able to provide for the surrounding community. So we would just like to thank you again for assisting us with this bill.
And so the bill provides, of course, it provides the authorization to sell the government land. Proceeds of the sale will be deposited into the Chamorro Land Trust Survey and Infrastructure Fund, appraisals of the land appraisal requirements pursuant to 2 GCA section 2107B shall apply to this act, and that upon approval and recordation of the consolidation map, Revenue and Tax shall conduct a special valuation of the consolidated lots, and the new tax assessment becomes due and payable in the succeeding year. We have also received testimony from the Department of Land Management, and similarly, they request the additional language be placed into the bill, which would require a consolidation survey map be prepared and approved no later than 90 days from the purchase of the designated easement. Otherwise, they have no objections to the bill. I don't have any questions on the bill. Do you have any other comments to make? Okay, so with that then, we'll consider Bill 298 as having been duly heard. Thank you very much. Okay. We'll go to the next bill, Bill 299-34. It's an act to authorize I Magaʹlåhen Guåhan to exchange 223 square meters of Chamorro Land Trust property in the Municipality of Santa Rita for the same area in a private lot, 214-3, Municipality of Santa Rita, to correct mutual encroachments and to provide easement access to Chamorro Land Trust property and for Chamorro Land Trust lessees. Signing up to testify is Mr. Matthew R. Kinata. So if you please step forward. So before we begin, we do have a resolution here from the Chamorro Land Trust Commission declaring their support for the land exchange that is being authorized in this Bill 299 between the Chamorro Land Trust Commission and Matthew R. Kinata and the Municipality of Santa Rita. In addition, I think that's all that's necessary was the actually that resolution and the support resolution from Chamorro Land Trust. So, Mr. Kinata, go ahead and read your testimony.
First off, I would like to thank you and your office for presenting this bill or writing up this bill. It's been since last year since we tried to do this. I guess I hired the wrong person. Like it all says, it's all encroachment, and we're just pretty much getting it all squared away so we can move the sale forward. That's what this whole purpose is. And I would like to thank you for letting me getting this chance.
Sure. Well, we drove out there, we looked at that, the area in question, made sure that the Chamorro Land Trust Commission was in concurrence, and they have provided that with their resolution. And so, you know, all the stakeholders have been provided, and this will be a win-win situation for everyone. So I don't have any further questions. So thank you for taking the time to come down. And with that, we'll consider Bill 299-34 as having been duly heard. And so we're done with that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So just as a reminder, the committee will continue to receive written testimony until 4 p.m. on Wednesday, July 18, 2018. There being no further testimonies or questions, the Committee on Environment, Land, Agriculture, and Procurement Reform adjourns this public hearing. It is now 2:18 on Friday, July 13.